Hey everybody, welcome to another video review by cigarfellas.com. My name is Moose. I'm going to be doing your video review like usual, and today I'm going to do the Gurkha Royal Challenge. This is actually a cigar that we picked up at Seafest, and I think we talked about this a little bit a couple episodes ago, and I have to admit that I've just, for some reason, avoided Gurkha cigars as far as reviews. Not as far as smoking, just as far as reviews, and I have no idea why. I mean, it wasn't for any particular reason, but I happen to have some other Gurkhas I've had for a while. But the Royal Challenge, I mean, what a great looking band, good looking cigar. Quality of the wrap is great. Got a very, very sweet smell of tea. Just like it reminds me seriously of like smelling a box of like red rose tea. It's just delicious smelling. The foot though, the foot has a little bit more of a spicy tea to it. It's really actually pretty excellent. But enough chit chat. Let's just burn it. Man, nobody likes a yacker. Of course I yak all the time, so I don't mean throw up. I mean diarrhea of the mouth. Nice clean draw, pretty light, kind of like McDonald's shake or McDonald's straw without anything going through it. Toast this foot real quick. Give me a second, thinking about that retrohale, because that was intense. I mean, that was seriously intense. That retrohale was probably one of the most complex retrohales I have ever retrohaled in my entire cigar smoking time. Wow. It just changes like crazy. Citrus right off the rip, kind of fades into like a cedar, and then comes on the pepper, the spicy red and black pepper. It's just amazing. Like I said, citrus to woodsy, kind of like cedar, straight into an amazing spicy peppery burn. Just wow. I just can't recall the last time that I've had a cigar with such a complex retrohale. And, I hate to sound like a blabbling idiot, and I know some of you guys are probably sitting there going, "Yeah, but you are." Whatever, man. It's your opinion. But no, really, that was absolutely intense. The palate feel is definitely more creamy. Definitely has earthy / woodsy notes to it. Very clean as far as the flavors go. They're very crisp. There's no dirty to that. Not that dirty is necessarily a bad thing. It's just in this one, it's not dirty. And when I say that, kind of think about it like this. You can have, you can have a great vanilla ice cream, and if you're a vanilla fan, and you have let's say a vanilla bean ice cream or something where, you're tasting all that vanilla, right? That's a real clean vanilla flavor. But if you added, let's say, some chocolate syrup to the top of that, it kind of makes it dirty. You still taste that vanilla, but it's kind of clouded over by a little bit of that chocolate syrup. So that's what I mean between clean and dirty. These flavors are very clean. They're very crisp. They're very exact. That's a pretty intense thing to say too, especially considering a cigar. A lot of times it's very difficult to discern between certain flavors, and that's not the case with this Gurkha Royal Challenge. This is really interesting. I'll tell you what, get about a third of the way through this, we'll come back with more of this cigar, and I'll bet you guys are going to be real surprised at what I have to say. Hey everybody, so welcome back. So here we are with the Gurkha Royal Challenge, and I must say, it's definitely mellowed out a little bit. Most of the strong peppers are gone. Now we're looking more in the creamy, cedary, hints of light, maybe white pepper in the retrohale. But this is definitely one hell of a creamy cigar. As a matter of fact, I almost wish I had eaten a little bit more before I had started smoking it. However, the bad blue light works great. A little bit of sugar in there. With that being said, this is definitely one of those amazing cigars. This thing is not only complex, you still got the cedar notes, and they're so crisp. That's the thing, I mean, like I said, clean. It's like people, I don't know, man. You guys would have to smoke one for yourselves to understand exactly what I mean. I'm used to, I wouldn't call a cigar muddy, but there are certain cigars that are kind of muddy. All their flavors are kind of jumbled together. It's almost like eating like a Moose Tracks or something, ice cream, where you've got so many different flavors and they just explode in your mouth. This one has those, except they're so distinct that it's really a great smoke. The burn's been good for being outside. As a matter of fact, right before I hit the video, the ash was actually out to about here. It finally fell. I stood up to turn the camera on, and on the ground it went. Happens. It's part of the cigar experience. At least I didn't wear it this time, because I don't think I did. No, I didn't. So, this is definitely one of those cigars that, listen, I know there's a whole thing out there, and let's just be realistic. I know there's a whole gig out there where, people are like, oh, Gurkha cigars, they're, the MSRP is through the roof, it's ridiculous, blah, 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 blah. Whatever, listen. At the end of the day, you can still buy a Gurkha at a good price, no matter what they claim the MSRP is. So, I would challenge most people out there who maybe have put Gurkha on the back burner because of the stereotype of Gurkha or whatever it may be. Really, give these guys another shot, man. I know that for a while there, they had a little bit of, some stuff going on with the company. I mean, this is just from what I've read. I never thought one way or the other about them. I really can't. As a reviewer, I really try never to look at stereotypes or anything like that. Look, I'm here to smoke a cigar and tell people what I think. So if you happen to be one of those people that stereotyped Gurkha for any reason, man, my challenge to you is give them another shot, because you're going to be surprised. This is definitely a legitimate cigar. No matter what they claim the MSRP is, it doesn't matter. Look, at the end of the day, I don't think these are that expensive for such a great stick. Like I said, very legitimate. Don't think for a minute that they're not. But let me get down. I'm going to probably get down about halfway through the big band here. Obviously I'll take the band off, but we'll come back with some final thoughts on this Gurkha Royal Challenge. You guys stay tuned. Hey everybody, welcome back. So here we are, we're at the end pretty much of our Gurkha Royal, jeez oh Pete, how the heck did I forget what the heck I'm smoking? Royal Challenge. Sorry, had a phone call in between for work, and started talking some personal stuff about work and totally lost my train of thought. But one thing I will say is that the complexity in this cigar, once again, I know I'm kind of like a broken record, but man, it is just phenomenal. I have absolutely nothing negative to say about this cigar. Not that I would say anything negative, but even if I thought for a moment that I would, I don't. It's just a great cigar. Medium, maybe medium full at times. Some of the flavors have become a little more pronounced. Got some nice cedar notes in my palate. The retrohale is really softened up. It's very, very subtle, very light, spicy. Still the creamy in there. Still lots and lots of cedar. Cedar is definitely something that's been with the cigar since the beginning, and along with the creaminess, but more cedary. The burn is just spectacular. The ash in the beginning was a little stronger. Now that I'm a little bit further down, the ash has crumbled a little bit more. Not a big deal, but just telling you what I'm getting from it. Like I said, the burn is just absolutely spectacular. The only issue that I had was when I pulled the main band off, and I had smoked right up to it. If you can see that, I got a little bit of the wrapper stuck to the band. Sometimes that can happen just because, as a matter of fact, I can see the cigar glue on there, or the pectin, whatever they use. They just got a little too much on the band itself. Not uncommon. Normally, with the heat of the smoke, kind of loosens that glue up. It didn't in this case, but however, it did not affect the way it smoked. I didn't get, that hole, kind of like where you lose a chunk of cigar and now it's breathing through that hole. It didn't do that at all. The binder held up perfect. The smoke is just, as a matter of fact, on that retrohale, I even got a little hint of that citrus again from the beginning, which is really kind of nice. I really do enjoy that creaminess with a little hint of citrus in it. I just think it's an amazing combination of flavors in a cigar. This is definitely a cigar that I would add to my rotation of cigars that I smoke often. Like I said, if you've written Gurkha off in the past, don't do it any longer. I'm telling you, these guys have made a tremendous comeback. I smoke, the Beast is another one. I smoke a lot of the Gurkha Beast, the Ninja. I really enjoyed the Ninja. So, like I said, don't write these guys off. Beauty, on the other hand, is a little bit lighter for me. I do enjoy the Beast a little bit more. But that's just my palate. I'm not saying anything bad about it. It's just not quite my palate as much as, the more fuller-bodied Gurkhas that they have. And actually, I'm kind of excited because I actually, at C-Fest, picked up a Gurkha sampler, and I want to start reviewing more and more of these. So, like I said, nothing negative to say about Gurkha, but I know there's a big stereotype out there. You guys, it's time to move on. These guys have really come full circle, and you won't be disappointed with this Gurkha, I can assure you of that. With that being said, you can continue to follow us at www.cigarfellas.com. You can continue to check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/cigarfellas. Our friends list on Cigar Fellas is growing and growing and growing, and I don't foresee it being too much longer before I hit that 5,000 mark, in which case I'll probably create a second Cigar Fellas account so that you guys continue to follow me. Let's see, Cigar. Let's give a big shout out to Cigar. This was one of the lighters that we picked up at C-Fest, and they were actually on sale at C-Fest for $25. And let me tell you, this is one of the greatest lighters I've ever picked up for that kind of price. I also ordered today my other two digital hygrometers for my wireless hygrometer set. So now I'll have 3 of them. They should be here anytime. Andy at Cigar Fellas, or not Andy at Cigar Fellas, Andy at cigar.com. You guys definitely listen. If you guys want to order some good sticks off the internet, check out cigar.com. Give them a call and ask to talk to Andy. Tell him Cigar Fellas sent you, and see what he can do for you. I mean, he's a great guy. He's always been there for us, and we want to give a little bit of a shout out to Andy over there at cigar.com. To our men and women of the armed forces, please come home safe. And as always, you guys know I'm going to throw it out there, cigarsforwarriors.org. Check them out. Check out Storm and what he does for all the warriors overseas, and you'll be amazed. See if you guys can't contribute. Let's try to rally up and get some of our troops over there more and more cigars so that they can have a little piece of home when they're not home. Till next time, I'm Moose. We'll catch you next time here at Cigar Fellas YouTube channel.